Hello, everybody. Ah, hey, okay. Please help me. Thank you. Hello. Okay, great. If you're a founder here, can I just see you wave your hand? Founder. Okay. Okay. If you're a software developer, every other person, Abby. Okay, can we just put a round of applause for all the software developers here? You guys are making life easy for founders and business owners. I will really, really appreciate you. I'll be speaking today on embedded insurance, and I want your full attention. So maybe you can win beyond a t-shirt, maybe when I'm done. So you need to pay attention. All right. We all know that API, the value of API is not just the data, the specification, or how beautiful you as a developer has written the API documentation. That's not what really matters to a business owner. As a business owner, what really matters is that I'm able to make decision, or my business is able to make decision based on the data that the API provides to me. So for example, if I have a lending company, for example, I should be able to make a decision on whether or not to give Mr. Debo, for example, a loan based off of what the API data is feeding me. Do we all believe that? Fantastic. Now, so that's what really matters when it comes to API. So my name is Kimberly Samugana, like you already know, and I'm a founder and I do tech sales. I'll tell you a quick story. I met a friend of mine yesterday at this API conference. His name is Sheye. I don't know if he's here today, but I met him yesterday. We met a couple of years ago, and Fei is a very good software. He's an astute software developer. He runs a software company too, where, you know, many of you guys already do that, where you have a couple of people, when you have a gig, you just call them and people just deliver the project. So he just has that. But he specifically builds for logistics companies. So most of the logistics companies you see today are probably built by Fei. Now, one of Fei's customers that runs a logistics company, let's call that company ABC Logistics. The founder of ABC Logistics came to Fei and said, see, every time or most times when we ship an item, maybe through one of these popular guys, DHL, FedEx, whatever, if something happens to it, my company takes the hit for it. And we all know, if you buy anything from Alibaba or AliExpress or Temu, and something happens to it while it was coming to your house, you will blame the shipping company, Abby, because you paid the shipping company. So in this case, he is looking at it as he's looking at the problem as a consultant. And when the founder of ABC Logistics came to him to say, this is what is happening, how can you solve it? He came to me and said, you know, how can we use insurance to solve this problem of whenever something happens to the shipment, the business takes the hit and has to pay back or parts of the money to the customer. So I introduced to him what is called embedded insurance, but specifically insurance per shipment. What does that mean? It means that for every time a shipment goes out, that shipment is insured. So Fei took an API from one of these providers, embedded it into the platform, and embedded it to the client's platform. So for every time a shipment is done, it was insured. And when it was time to claim, that shipment was paid for by the insurance company. That was how Fei was able to solve that problem. And then he rolled out that same solution to the other guys that he built for. And guess what? Fei earns 100,000 naira for every time he does that. Is that not sweet money? Is that not sweet money? That's free money. And you're just doing the same work you would have done as a developer if you were just building normally. So there are several players in this space. If you look at the screen, there is mycover.ai and there's Octamel. There are many other players. There's ETAP, but ETAP provides solutions specifically for e-hailing and also the guys in the auto space. There's also Curacell. Curacell started like these other guys, but they pivoted. What they do now is to provide solutions specifically to insurance companies, not B2B or B2C. So if you're looking to start thinking of embedded insurance, these are the two guys that you need to be thinking about. Now, I've been saying embedded insurance, embedded insurance. Maybe what you are used to is embedded finance. Many of us know embedded finance. Well, you may not know what embedded insurance is. Embedded insurance is simply integrating protection directly into existing customer journey. And this shift is driven by innovative players, which I've already mentioned, using incredible, robust, user-friendly APIs or SDKs. You can use either. Now, you may ask yourself, why is this important to me as a developer? Or why is this important to me as a founder? I think a couple of people indicated they are founders here. As a developer, you're picking up, we already know this, you're picking up an API because you don't want to spend so much time that you would have used to focus on building the actual products that you were paid for and spend that time building insurance. It just doesn't make sense. So why not just take up the API from someone who has done the work and makes your life easy? Another reason why you should take up embedded insurance, API, embedded insurance API, is because of the standardized interfaces. I know Gbagada.ai provides interfaces for whether you are building, maybe you don't have a platform, or you are building for someone that is just starting. You want maybe a mobile interface, or you want a HTML, or whatever it is. You are able to get these standardized interfaces when you pick up an API from any of the players in the industry. As a founder, yes, I know API is not your primary business. It's not your primary service, or it's not your primary product. But think about it this way. You are just earning an additional revenue to what you currently already get. Take, for example, if you use OPay, let's use OPay as a case study. OPay's business is sending money and helping people to send money or receive money. But then they have an API on their platform that allows you to. They have a Billa API, so you can buy airtime, buy data, and all of that, right? So that's the same thing. You've been able to embed insurance into an app, your fintech app or your logistics app, and your customers are able to buy insurance, but you then earn commission from those transactions, just like you will earn commission from a biller. Then also customer loyalty. Faye, for example, all the guys in his portfolio, they are loyal to him, to the core. They're not moving anywhere because he has helped them solve a major business problem. And of course, everybody wants to roll out fast. Who wants to spend time building from scratch? APIs generally allows founders to get into the market faster and better. Embedded insurance can be used across several sectors, whether you are in e-commerce. Take, for example, you buy a phone from Konga, for example, and you have a switch or a toggle button that you can easily just toggle, and the insurance is then embedded into whatever phone or laptop you're buying. What that means is, when anything happens to that laptop or phone, you can make a claim, either directly on Konga or outside of Konga, depending on how the integration was done. So it fits into whatever sector, whether it's travel, you buy your flight tickets, travel insurance comes immediately with it. You can have your travel insurance certificates in minutes. Or you are in fintech, I've told you, you already send money. For example, if you are here and you're building for like diaspora, I have something special for you. So if you allow people send money from maybe US or UK back home, there is a way for you to also get embedded insurance in that platform. Because many people spend that black tax on things like health, or they are using it to buy food stuff. That's what majorly people who send money back home, that's what they use it for. So why not just integrate insurance into that platform, and you're able to just buy the insurance policy or health HMO directly for your parents or loved ones. When you're picking the player or the provider to use, these are the key things you need to put in mind. You need to be able to evaluate, or the key metrics you should look at on the API is how vast is the product, how vast are the products that this particular company is providing for me. I know, for example, Gbagada.ai and Octanal, they have vast products that you can pick from across different comprehensive endpoints. You should also consider that when picking the player to use. Ease of integration. I know that the industry is still evolving, but you need to make sure that you're picking a provider that eases your work, right? So ease of integration is important. Flexibility and customization. There are some players in the industry that tell you this is it and this is it. Either you want it or you go somewhere else. But there are some that are pretty flexible. If you say, okay, this is my use case, they're able to sort of, be flexible and help you, build something for your own use case. Now, the underwriter network is important. There are several underwriters. In the insurtech space, nobody really underwrites their own products. They partner with underwriters. So you need to be sure that you're partnering with someone that has a great underwriter network. All right. When it comes to elevating API literacy and bringing technology solutions to more people, we need to consider the ease of use. After embedding insurance into your platform, how are customers able to use that API? Are they able to interact with it, your product or your service? How fast does that API respond when the customer interacts with it, right? And ease of use and compatibility. My time is not up in Jesus' name. So what's the future of embedded insurance? Embedded insurance is not just a trend. It is here to stay. If you want to buy malaria drugs today, you and I know, you'll be spending nothing less than 20K. But you can get health insurance for the same amount for the whole year. So what's the point? Am I lying? So it's the same thing, exactly. So what's the point? Why don't just get insurance and save yourself the stress, right? So for founders, it's about unlocking new revenue, deepening customer loyalty, and gaining speed. For developer, embedded insurance means that you're reducing technical debt. You are also deploying faster and more powerful solutions. Embedded insurance, if you embrace embedded insurance today, you'll be building more valuable, resilient, and customer-centric businesses, ensuring your businesses, like Fayees, are protected from the moment you need it. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I'll be at the back to answer your questions. Thank you.